strong, but the speaker's so blown, no one knows what it is, but we keep it on repeat cause we don't want it to end. We got the rest of our lives for the rest of our lives, and the rest of tonight for whatever feels right. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. One day we'll look back just shaking our heads, but right now we're too fast to slow down just yet. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. Just acting our age. There's people here that I just met, but we're acting like we go back. It's 3 a.m., but we ain't done yet, trying our best to make it last. Freedom running through us like an open. We're too high on being young and there's still to race. We've got the rest of our lives for the rest of our lives, and the rest of tonight for whatever feels right. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. One day we'll look back just shaking our heads, but right now we're too fast to slow down just yet. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. Just acting our age. Just acting our age. We're too loud, we're too proud, we're too high to come back down. We don't think, we don't plan, we stay as long as we can. As long as we can. We got the rest of.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's the Broncos going up against the Buccaneers. So let's get you over to Tampa as we say hello to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Denver Broncos and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the first carry for Doug Martin, and he is going to lose yardage here. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Second down, Winston. His throw incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. Third down here. Here's the offense, and highlighted as a guy who gave himself his own nickname, the Dugginator.
Brandon, you really can't nickname yourself, but if he keeps running at this level, he'll have plenty of good nicknames to choose from.
Third and long for Winston. He's got Evans. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22. And that's the first connection, the number 1 overall pick at 2015, finding the number 7 pick at 2014 in Evans.
And what a great target Mike Evans is for Jameis Winston. Winston's a pretty accurate thrower, but that catch radius that Evans provides, that makes him that much more dangerous.
Charles Sims, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. And here's a look at the defense for Denver.
Aqib Talib is one of the great gambling corners in the league. When he gets an idea and a notion and jumps a route, it often results in 6 points for his team.
Again, it's Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got some space here. And Winston lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, bounced right back on it, keeps possession. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
Evans has it left side. And they're able to get this one down to the 25.
A monster 2016 for Mike Evans. His Buccaneers didn't make the playoffs, but wasn't because of his production. Led the league in targets and was in the top 5 in many other receiving categories. What a big-time year for him.
Fourth in yards, second touchdowns just outside of the top 5, sixth in catches. So he's going to be a handful for teams in the future. I mean, he's got a long career ahead of him.
A long career ahead of him, and look for him to increase his yards after catch as he moves forward in his career.
Now Jameis on second down. That's complete, middle of the field to Humphreys. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Now a second down throw for Winston. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. He'll wind up losing 10 there, a full 10 yards, so that one hurts. And it brings up third and goal. So from outside the red zone now after the sack, a long third and goal. Third and goal, Winston. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Cameron Brain high in the air to bring it in. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result is a touchdown.
Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, but it really wasn't, because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, he didn't get the benefit, did he?
But he's not going to get chewed up in film session, will
No, he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with him. He did his job for the most part.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On first down, Simeon. He's got time in the pocket. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there on third down for the Broncos. 61 yards. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. C.J. Anderson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. They'll run for it with Anderson. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So the ball switches back over to Tampa Bay, and as they get set in place on offense, Charles, talk about the running game and the O-line, where they stack up going in next year, because Doug Martin was only active for 8 games this last season. Rushing total dropped down to 400 yards, basically.
Yeah, they were fortunate they picked up Jacquizz Rodgers during the year, and he gave them some nice games throughout, but I start with the offensive line. They've got some good building blocks. Left tackle Donovan Smith, guard Ali Marpet. Great places to begin. I think they'll continue to try and fortify that offensive line because that will help whoever becomes their primary ball carrier.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this 1st quarter. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. 2nd down, Winston. Right side caught by Jackson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one good for 14 yards. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And that'll bring up a 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Jameis to throw it. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he's got room. And the cutback to the sideline. And they get 28 yards on that one. And it'll be good for a Denver 1st down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside, they can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Joe McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just
got his man. It's Thomas. Touchdown, Denver. Demaryius Thomas, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches, and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. tricked you, and it worked really well for them.
Fielded about a yard deep. So out come the Bucs now. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. And start over and rebuild that confidence.
Let's look ahead for a quick minute. We don't have the schedules yet for next year, but what we do have are the 5 international games that will be played, 4 in London and then 1 again in Mexico, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Miami, New Orleans, Cleveland, Minnesota, Rams, and Arizona. Those in London, and then Mexico's going to get a great game. The Raiders and New England.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And just think about the ones in London. Remember, they're splitting them between the 2 different stadiums in London, so they get a different flavor in all of these places. But Mexico, for the 2nd straight year, the Raiders are coming to town. That should be a whole lot of fun.
Should be a ton. And he fires one that's intercepted. And how about this? It's the other Brandon Marshall that picks it off. And he brings back.
Replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Over the middle, open is Thomas.
1,000 yards again as a receiver.
6th straight year he's done that, but yards per catch and touchdowns down a little bit. Any of that due to the change at quarterback?
Think about it. For him now, in the last 2 seasons, he's had to get used to 3, well, really 4 different quarterbacks throwing him the football. I think that yards per catch will go back up when he gets some consistency.
Nothing on that.
On it.
A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Off the fake to Booker and Simeon. Rolling to his left. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he is out of bounds here on the return. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. 1st down and 10 now for the off partner.
Sometimes you have to just watch the football. Make sure it's snapped before you're jumping.
So a 1st down and 5 for the offense. From the gun, Winston. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. Now Jameis on 2nd down. No, he almost had it. Already reception, just missing his 2nd there. Well, he just threw an interception last drive. Nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of the difference between driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? Because that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
On 3rd down, Winston. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Emmanuel Sanders, 58 yards. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake.
He's got a man complete. That one goes for 34 yards. And it's good enough for a Tampa Bay first. Well, last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And yes, that is something Von Miller does very well. 13.5 sacks last year, second in the league, and was right in the running for Defensive Player of the Year.
Again. And if he plays full seasons or nearly full seasons, he'll be in that running for the rest of his career. I love his ability to bend coming around the corner, and sometimes we don't talk about that enough. His ability to have the best leverage, get lower than the offensive tackle, yet still running at full speed and wrapping his way around the corner and getting to the quarterback.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
They were full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a Kiefer.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They come out here in the eye. They'll run for it with Martin. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? Here is Martin on 3rd and goal. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Now the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Now Simeon. He's going to go up top again. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
The final shot before break, Simeon. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. And the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. They'll throw now on the final play. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A good pickup there, a 22.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Here's Simeon. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down. You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation.
And this is caught. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Demaryius Thomas, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos add on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
That incompletion, Charles, gives me a chance to put you on the clock real quick. NFC teams last year that did not make the playoffs that might make a push this coming year.
Well, three that come to mind right away that we thought were going to be in 2016. Minnesota, remember the start they got off to before that didn't work out so well for them. Arizona, we thought they were locked to be in the playoffs. In fact, many of us called them Super Bowl contenders. And Carolina, the defending NFC champs going into last season, they didn't make it. So I think that all three could return to former glory. I'm going to give you one way off the pace here. You ready?
Let's go.
The Los Angeles Rams.
Ooh.
They get the young quarterback going, and that defense continues to live up to expectations. They can make a real strong push in the West.
They've got the D. You're right. They just need the O. It's caught. Humphreys. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Still in search of the first down after that last completion. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. He may try and run for this. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it second down. And they're going to speed things up here.
All right, I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Doug Martin from 13 yards out. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run out.
And Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked off by KooPaDaKiD. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
So completion on second down, that brings up third.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Back now in Tampa. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Broncos going on 4th. It's Simeon. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
And Brate, the tight end's got it. And he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. One receiver to the left is Evans. Here's Winston. Steps away to his left. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now Winston. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Simeon looking deep for Demarius. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Simeon now to throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. And now the Buccaneers offense gets set to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Throwing again. Winston on 2nd and 10. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Working out of the gun. Winston. This will be caught at about the 5. Only 2 yards on the completion at 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy. You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away, and that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
3rd and goal. Winston. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. Winston with a give to Martin. And he's going to get in. So they're back within 11. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
Oh, I think the Bucs got it, and they did. Tampa Bay football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They're in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. From the gun, Winston. Escaping the pressure right. It's caught. Humphreys. No gain, and it's 2nd down. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter if they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st and 10, Winston. Evans has it left side. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. They go play action here on 1st down. And his pass, incomplete. The tight end, Cameron Brate, was the target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Halfback sent in motion. On second down, Winston again. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. In the backfield is Anderson. And he'll get it up the middle. Room here to run. C.J. Anderson past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. C.J. Anderson with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. It's a gain of 24 that time, and the Buccaneers are going to have a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They set up the screen to Martin. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down. And quickly they get to the line. Jameis, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, T.J. Ward. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. Again, they run with Sims. And this one also slow and developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
And how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And he's going to go down for a 4th time today in this this time, the result is a safety. I guess I'll be charitable and say that that was not a very smart decision.
You're being very charitable.
Very generous, and it leads to 2 points, Charles.
Yeah, didn't we see Deshaun Jackson do something almost like this on a Monday night game against the Cowboys? Yeah. I mean, he was trying to make something happen. We totally get that. But you've got to know your situations. You got to know you can't do it there. Take care of the football. Ends up costing them 2 points.
Finding time. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on.